These are the top 3 biggest regrets we see sellers making year after year. Across thousands of home sales and 2 decades of experience, these 3 regrets keep coming up. Number 1 regret I see sellers having is this idea of their home not selling fast enough. And this is what happens. I had a specific story happen last year in the fall, and we did the market analysis on their house to decide what we're going to list the house for. My market analysis of what I thought the home was worth was coming in at $575. The sellers decided they wanted to try the market or thought their house was worth $625. And as we're looking at the comparatives and looking at what buyers are going to do, it felt like a push. We had that conversation and went, okay, let's make a plan of what to do on this property if we don't get activity. But here's the problem with overpricing your house. And it's exactly what happened to us. We put the house on the market, had really good activity, had everybody say they were going to write an offer. Then nobody did. Then we started to sit on the market. Well, now we kind of feel like, hey, maybe we were right. Maybe 625 was the number for this house. Later on, then we started to realize like, okay, well, now we're not getting any activity. So we have to make a price reduction. So we make a price reduction. We drop down into where I thought we should have listed at the beginning. But now we've lost momentum. We've done this for a couple months. We made it past like the end of summer. Now we're into the beginning of fall. We're losing momentum. We're losing the perfect peak season to be able to sell the house. So later on, then we get another offer in immediately. As soon as we do the price reduction, another $25,000 less. Do we take it? Do we not? And we ultimately ended up taking an offer similar to that one a couple months later. So now realize that this is 4 or 5 months later. If we would have just listed it at $599 to begin with, it probably would have sold right away. We wouldn't have had the stress. We wouldn't have to hold the property. We wouldn't have to wait for anything else. Had we listed at what we got it at maybe early on, we might have even gotten multiple offers. The market just changed so much so quickly. I think it's this idea of, man, I really wish we would have done the right thing first, because once you choose the wrong price, it's hard to go back. We can cancel and relist it. We can drop the price. But man, in reality, we just took 4 extra months of holding costs, 4 extra months of stress for something that we ended up with the same result. So that's one of the number 1 regrets I see sellers making.
The second biggest regret we see sellers making is choosing the wrong strategy. And I got an example of this a few years back. I had a client that they were dead set on, we have to find our house before we'll list our house. And we had their house prepped and ready to list, but we went out, we've made an offer on Dream House that they wanted. In the end, we ended up getting bumped on that house. So we had to go back out again, come up with a new game plan for the buy, and found another property. We put an offer on that. And in the end, we put their house on the market. We had a buyer, ended up getting bumped on that house again. And so that actually costed the seller to reduce their house price because we lost our buyer on our house and lost the house they had. So we ended up reducing $20,000. We did end up finding a third house that they made the offer on, and we did end up getting their house sold. But in the end, I think we just listed the property to start with and got their home under contract, and then we were able to move forward more comfortably, less stressful on their purchase.
The number 3 regret we see sellers making all the time is not being ready to make the purchase. This is what happens. A buyer or seller will start looking for properties, and they won't assume that they find the right property. They'll all of a sudden find their dream home, and they'll have nothing prepped or planned for their sale. They won't be pre-approved. They won't have their house cleaned, and it'll be this mad dash rush to go, I want to place an offer on this house. It's like, well, we haven't even talked about your home sale, nor have we prepped any of this. You'll have to do all that stuff afterwards. So what happens in those scenarios is the buyer that's buying this house and has the house to sell makes an offer on the house, and let's say it's contingent on the sale of their house. Well, the contingent of the sale of that house, you have a short period of time, typically 3 days, to get that house on the market. Now, to fully prep a house in 3 days, what happens? You're going to cut corners. You're not going to have it be super clean. Photos have to happen really, really quickly. You may not be able to do it coming soon. You're not going to have the best marketing you're going to be able to have. You may have to choose a price that's lower than what your house is actually worth to get it sold because you're in this time crunch. So I think what sellers need to do or should do is when they start looking, get your house prepped. You'll never know when that new house, your dream house you're looking for, is going to come up. Don't be rushed. Don't be put in this jam to have to get pre-approved on a Friday night, prep your house on a Saturday at a multiple offer that you win on a Sunday, and then you have to have your house on the market by Monday. And that's what happens. And that can lose you tens of thousands of dollars because you can't price it appropriately. You can't have the full marketing power of what could be possible. And that's the number 3 biggest regret I see sellers making. All 3 of these regrets either have one of 2 things: strategy or preparation. We have a link below to be able to get our Buy Smart, Sell Smart plan that goes over all of those things to help you sell your home with less regrets. If this video is helpful to you in any way, if you could, hit the subscribe button below.